What's going on, everyone? It's Corey here from the Breakevens, giving you another AFL SuperCoach video today. I'm recording this on the 21st of January, which is the day AFL SuperCoach opened. I was up at 12 o'clock when it opened, so I was able to play around with it a little bit, but busy day today, so haven't been on it a whole bunch. But the good thing was my preseason, my team picker team was able to be transferred over super quickly. And that's what we're here to do today. We're here to go through my January update team, I guess, reveal, you could say. So I'm going to go through each player, the team. So this might be a little bit longer than the videos that you have seen as of late, but this is where I'm at in January. So before we get into that, I have recorded. This is coming out before the last 5 or 6. I have recorded all AFL team previews. So if you have missed any of those videos, make sure you go back and check them out. And heaps of information. I believe when this comes out, this is just after the St Kilda one. So we've still got Sydney, the Bulldogs, and West Coast, I believe, left. So we're getting towards the end of that, and I'm going to record some player profiles and some preseason news as well. So plenty to come. Make sure you subscribe to the channel down below, and don't forget to follow me on X at Breakevens Pod or on Facebook, the Breakevens. Now, before I even do that, Supercoach is open, so I have a league code for you all. So every year, the Breakevens, and obviously that includes me, put an open league for anyone to join, as many people as possible. It is open and ready for you to join this year. So if you want to join the Breakevens AFL SuperCoach open group or league, use the code 266136. Again, that is 266136 to join. It's a lot of fun. We usually get a couple hundred people in there and see who comes out on top. So make sure you go do that. Don't forget, 266136 is the code. All right. Well, that's out the way. Let's get into how my team looks at this point in January. All right, so I've cleared the team. I've got a photo here, so don't worry. I won't forget anyone. But let's get into it, starting with the defense. Really, for me, it was out of Flanders and Sheasel. Obviously, Flanders 119 last season and Sheasel 118. So not much difference, really, apart from, just under $6,000. I started with Flanders. I believe in my first team review, I was like, yep, Flanders is going to do it again. Yep, easy. Made a team, realized the early buys and how stuffed I was. So I had to restructure. So I have gone with the Cheezels, Harry Sheasel. At the moment, training pure mid. He's going to go 115 plus again. Do I think he can go 120? Probably not, because North Melbourne have bolstered their midfield, and the younger guys like your Wardlaws, Sheasel, McKirch is getting a run through. It'd be interesting to see if Sheasel does slightly have some minutes taken away. Does he go off the halfback? Does he push a little bit more forward? It doesn't matter. Harry Sheasel's in. He's going to go 115 plus in defense. Yes, I could probably get him cheaper, but I don't actually like any of these other options in the top 5. And I usually like to have at least one of the top 5 there. So Luke Ryan, is there a regression? Who knows? He usually starts the season well and then fades late. Lockie Midfield has the early buy, like Sam Flanders. Zorko's the same, and we're not actually sure what Zorko's going to do, like what his role's going to be. had a great year last year. Coleman was out of the side. Coleman's coming back. Do they share the load? Does Zorko go 110 again? He quite possibly could, but it's a little bit risky. And he has the buy. So Flanders, Whitfield, and Zorko all have the buy. So it's a no from me, and I'm going Harry Sheasel. Next up, I'm going Jack Sinclair. From all reports and my... Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. My camera decided it didn't want to work anymore. Jack Sinclair, all reports, he's going to be back on the halfback where he scores most of his points. Didn't like him in the midfield. His scoring output was a lot lower. So I feel like he is slightly underpriced. I feel like he can get to around this Luke Ryan 115, 116, price at 109, a little bit of value. He has the best buy that he only shares with Fremantle. No early buys either. Back on the halfback. Can see him going 110 plus quite easily. So he's in. Next, 3-man primo defense, Jordan Clark. Had a breakout last year, 104.6 average. I think he can do a bit better. I think he can go 110. Only in 5% of sides at this stage as well. So he could be, as the Godfather would say, my weapon. I don't know if 5% is okay for us to be under 5%, but he's going to be my weapon. As I said with Sinclair, no early buys. They have the best buy where it's only those two teams. And I think someone who I slept on last season, I'm not going to sleep on again. I think he gets to 110. So I'm going to pick him at this stage. I'm going to lock in those three big boys. Now, this is where things may get a little funny. I have Ari Schoenmaker in at 270,500. I do want to preface this could easily be Coleman. It's either Schoenmaker or Coleman. Whoever's playing round one, whoever's looking the best, I'm going to put in. So I've got Schoenmaker there right now. I think with the battle gone, he's the man to take that role. He's a good intercepting mark. He's a good kick. Young guy. He's been in the system for a couple of years now. I think it's his time. So I'm going to bring him in at 270,000. What is he priced at? Is it 270,500? It is 270,500 divided by the magic number. He's priced at 50. Which means if he goes 75, he'll be up over 400K, and I think he can get 75. So do I think he will outscore Kitty Coleman? No. But we don't know if Coleman's going to play round one or not. So Showmaker is in for now. The good thing is Coleman is a little bit cheaper, so that could easily be Coleman because I can easily go down. So Showmaker in, just pure marking ability, kicking. It's his time. He's got that opportunity. He's going to take it, I feel. So it's a bit of a smoky there. And then we get into our rookies. So up first, no surprise, Bo Allen is in here, 64% owned. Big body guy, can play through the midfield, can play behind the ball. He's not going to be the biggest scorer. I'm not expecting 80 plus. I'm more that 70, 75, I think is fair for him. I think he's locked into the side, so he's just in there. You don't really have to talk too much about him. I will be, though, in a player preview coming up in the coming weeks. I'm not sure when he's scheduled to come up, but I know I am doing it. So Bo Allen is in. And next is Sud Al Hawley from the Dons, 119K defender, mid 63% owned. Was close to a debut last year before he got injured. He was the mid-season pickup. Has been looking good. He did have a quiet match simulation the other day, and by that it was about the 18th or 19th of Jan. It was a little bit quieter. So maybe he isn't as nailed on as we think. But for now, you have to have him in your side, I feel, because if he does play, he is going to score well. And again, there is a player profile video coming very soon. Up next, we are going his mate and the man who burnt me last year, Zach Reed, 119,900. Average of 15 because he got injured very early in the first game. This is a guy similar to Schoenmaker, reads the play well, is a good kick, is a great intercepting mark, and they've been big on this kid for a while. He's been in the system for a few years. I had him last year. He burned me. I'm ready to be burnt again. Zach Reed, welcome to the side. And next one is someone who's recently come in to the side, and that's Luke Train, 113K from Richmond. Basically, Noah Bolter's out, which means Jacob Blight comes in to take that role. Luke Trainer comes in to take Blight's role. That's the way it's looking. He's impressed in pre-season. He's ready to go. I think he could be a solid 60 average on the bench. So a 60 average will get him. What is the price? That is 113,500 divided by the magic number. So his price at 21. So really all we need is a 55 and he makes 150K. So if I think he's going to get 60, he'll make about 180K, which is what we want because after, 6-7 rounds, we can just straight down to another rookie who comes in. So that's my defense. The three primos, I'm going to have the one mid-price there, either Schoenmaker or Kitty Coleman. Now, what I do want to do is just look at some other rookies before I move on. This is going to be a little the team previews. So we'll have a look at anyone. So I've got Toby Travalia here who might feature a little bit later. Jackson Pryor came over from the Lions. You got to pick out of Reed or Pryor, really. And I think Reed can do the same, if not better, at a cheaper price. Hardiman is one for North who's impressing, and they're looking to get a few more games. He looked okay last season. He's at that slightly elevated price, though. Gibkiss doesn't look like he'll be in round one, so it's a no for me with Gibkiss. Who else? Caleb Smith, who I originally did have, keeps playing off the halfback for the A team in match simulation. Rumors that he was going to take Rioli's role, but that looks like to be Jaden Short. So I don't think Smith is one to jump on. I think he might be a bit more of a sub risk. So I'm going to skip on him. Who else do we have? Fahey's injured. Jed Bussinger signed on an extension. Medium-sized defender for the Bulldogs. Running, kicking. He loves all that. He's a good mark. Could be someone to keep an eye on, especially with Bevo, who usually likes to play the younger guys, and they gave him a contract extension. So definitely could be someone, but definitely put him on the watch list. I haven't put anyone on the watch list yet. I'm going to do that a little bit later after I record all these videos. Who else do we have? Riley Bice, mature age guy from Sydney. Did have him in the original team. Jumped off just because I think these guys are going to play earlier. And I don't want to have too many guys with the bye. So Reed and Al Hawley both have the bye. So does Bice. So, and that's it for the defense. So yeah, really, there's not too many rookie options at the moment in defense. I feel that are like nailed. Where I feel like, Allen and Reed, if fit, they're definitely nailed. Al Hawley should be. He does it. With the defense done, we move to the midfield. If it wants to play ball with me, come on, move it down. All right, we'll just do it like this. Midfield. I want a little bit more than 200K, thanks. So going 1-2, Bont and Butters. So you know what you're going to get with these guys, VC and C options all year round. A 126 for Bont. Do I think he's going to go 126 again? No. Do I think he's going to go 120? Yes, I'm just going to start him just because he's just that captain option for me. And he will be harder to obtain, if he is going at a 120 average. he's only going to lose what? It's like maybe 40K. So he's still going to be like 640. He's still going to be hard to get. So pay up early for captain scores. Zach Butters is an interesting one, only 31%. I thought that might have been a little bit higher. I think it goes 125 this year. 31% owned. So yeah, 120.4. I just see some natural growth, and I think there's just more that he can do to score more. That I just feel like there was times where he'd go completely missing for like a quarter, and then the next quarter he'd just be in everything. I think this year the ball is more through Butters. You still got Rosie, Wines, Horn Francis, Drew, and anyone else who wants to roll through there. But I think it is Butters or bust for Port Adelaide. I think he's the main man. It's his midfield. Everything's going to go through him. I can just see him going 125 if I'm being honest. So I've paid up for the two big dogs. And this is where we have to get a little bit cheaper or else we are in trouble. So next, be interesting to see Clayton Oliver, only 43%. I thought that would be over 50. Petraka out with ribs. Again, Oliver's looking fit. We know he had his worries last season. Off-field incidents. Came back a bit underdone. Didn't really work on his fitness too much because he was away from the club. This year, he's with the club. He looks to have worked on his body. He's looking fit. He's looking like the Clary of old. Do I think he's going to go 120? No. Do I think he's going to go 110 to 115? Yes. Am I saying the best of Oliver's done? No. I'm just saying this year will be a sort of, I guess, stepping stone for him in the way that, let's just get back to playing consistent good footy. And then next season, he can really go for it. And then maybe next season he goes 120. The only unfortunate thing is next season he might be at 640K. But we've got him for 451. Heaps of value. If he's fit, if there's no off-field incidents, Clary Oliver needs to be in your side. Now, this is a big punt. In 6% of sides, I have Adam Chera, who just signed a 5-year extension, average at 83. Now, basically, was it last season or the season before? He started off at like 115 average, and then he got injured. It might have been last season. I could actually season stats. 2024, 170 score here. It would have been the year before, would have been 2023. Let's have a look at 2023 quickly. Where was it? Here it is, where he goes 116, 144, 134, 132, 79, 108, 96, 129, 132, 127. They had the bye 130, 111, and then it started to fall off because he got injured. It was going about 115 during this time, and you can even see up to round 17, he had an 111 average. At 447, let me get it up. Is he fourth? And that's 700 divided by the magic number, which is this. So it's priced at 83. So there's 27 points there if he continues that form. He's had some injury concerns over the last year and a half, some soft tissue stuff. He's looking fit. He went to Dubai, which is where, who's the other guy? Elliot Yeo, who is also known for his soft tissue injuries and stuff like that. He went to Dubai at the end of the 2023 season. He played all through last season at a high level. I think Chera can repeat that. So I've got Chera in there. He's the cheaper of those mid-price, your Ashcrofts, your Parishes. Who else? You got Callahan, you got Day, you got Clary, and there's probably one other person in there that I forgot, but I don't. This is just a feeling I have, so I'm gonna have him in. Pardon me, for probably most of preseason, unless there is an injury, then I'm gonna boot him. So, pretty simple there. Next, we're going very cheap. James Peeling, 352,800 in 22%. I thought this was going to be high. It just feels like he was in everyone's teams. Came over from GWS, for more mid time, and I think he's going to get it. Last season, when he got over 50% of CBAs, he averaged 98. And at his price of 352,800, that's an average of 65, and I think he can go 95. So that's a 30-point average. He's going to make almost 200K. So he's in. If he gets 50%, if it looks like he's going to get 50% CBAs, he is in. Throw the key away. Yes, he might play forward a little bit or on the halfback, but if he's playing forward, he's going to be that high half forward role where he pushes up to the middle anyway. Yes, he might not be in the middle, but he's going to push up and assist. And he's their only defensive midfielder. You got Dawson, who's offensive. Yes, he can float back, but that just depends on the role he's playing on the day. I think they're going to try and get Dawson going a bit more offensively. So that's him. You got Crouch, who's just handball, handball, handball. You got Laird, who's going to the halfback. You got Saligo. You could say, yeah, Saligo is a bit of that defensive-minded midfielder, but they might look to use his pace and his burst out to try and get them going offensively. When Rankin comes in, he's that dynamic impact player. Peatland's going to be the guy who's going to get 20 touches, but he's going to have 5 to 6 tackles. If we're lucky, he gets on the scoreboard. He's going to do all the nitty gritty. I think if he gets 50% CBAs, he needs to be in your side. It's as simple as that. Now, this one is going to definitely change, I feel. I've got Isaac coming at 287,700. He had a hammy before Christmas. He hasn't come back yet. He's still on a modified program, training away from the group. He's doing running and stuff, so he's not too far away. But what role is he going to play? Is he going to get mid-minutes, or is he going to go on the halfback and help with that distribution role? You'd want him to go off that halfback because he scores better there, but then they're going to push Laird back there. So is he going to take kickouts? How much of the ball is going to go through him? Is he going to average 85 plus? If he averages 85 to 90, is a great selection. He is injury prone. I'm not sold on this yet. I'm more sold on Peatling than I am with Cummings. So he's definitely one who can change. And I will go through a few variations at the end of this. So I've just got Cumming in there just for now. And now we move into the rookies. So let's bring this 200K. Ned Long, I don't think is going to get many games. O'Sullivan, I feel like he's going to be more forward. O'Driscoll, he's just too highly priced. Is he best 22? Yes, I think he's going to play on that offensive wing. I just think he's just a little bit too much. There's some better value. I am going Jagger Smith because this guy gets the ball whenever he wants and does whatever he wants with it. Top pick for Carlton, who they made some moves for him. He's going to get some mid-time. He's going to float probably forward a little bit. But wherever he goes, the ball goes. Isn't it? Big accumulator. He's going to score well for us. So he's just locked in pretty simple. We move down. Sardis is someone who I'm definitely looking at. He's doing really well in the midfield in match sims at the moment. What is Jagger's? 62% owned for Jagger Smith. Next is Sid Draper, 190K. He's another one who's going to get some mid-time, play off the halfback. He's absolutely dominating. He's tackling. He's quick, so he's speed. He's got that aggression. They even had to say to him, mate, just take it easy. You're going to hurt your body. That's how hard he's going in preseason. He's looking good for round 1. So at the moment, he's in, and at 190K, if he's not in, it's pretty easy to maneuver to someone else. So in is Sid Draper. We move down just a little bit, and on the bench, I've got Levi Ashcroft. So basically, Cumming will go down to a rookie, and Ashcroft will probably come on. But Levi Ashcroft, probably the best player in the draft, and probably is the best player in that draft. Went pick, what was it, pick 4 or something, just because of father son. He's going to play mainly forward, but push up high on the ground, which is what he does well. He's poised, he's got clean hands. His IQ is sensational. He's got a good tank. He impacts the scoreboard. He just gets it. These Ashcroft kids, they just get it. So Ashcroft is in, could easily be on field. Next, Langford and Smiley are ones that I'm just keeping eyes on right now. At the moment, I've got Toby Travalia, 172K. Is another one who's going to play in that defense for St Kilda. Again, a big-bodied guy. He's ready for football. Good intercept, good foot skills. He's more of that run and carry sort of guy, where Schoenmaker is that stay home, take the mark and then easy kick out. Travalia is going to get them going forward a little bit, and hopefully he gets some time through the midfield. What is going to hurt though is Travalia might take points off Schoenmaker and vice versa. So I've got Travalia in just for now, just because of that mid defensive swing with Al Hawley and Bo Allen. That's going to help cover me for the buys. 52%, I think he's going to play. Now, Lombard is someone to keep an eye on for Gold Coast. It's just how many mid-minutes he's going to get. Sheldrick is a big watch. Really take Luke Parker's role. Xavier Lindsay is another one who I'm keeping an eye on. It's either him or Langford for round 22 for round 1 to debut, or they're both going to be in. We're not sure. So just keep an eye on both those guys. But Abbott is coming in. I just feel like he's going to be, what is his name from Geelong last year? Oh, I've forgotten his name. Dempsey of 2025. 4 games last year, 34. They were sub-vests. I think he gets a go this year, and I think he improves. He's someone I'm definitely, not set on, but it's someone who I'm keeping an eye on and think that he is going to take that step. He's been around for a couple of years now, so he's ready to make a stance. And I think it could be this season. So that's the defense and the midfield as of now. Let's get into the rucks. Remove this filter. Tristan Sherry at the moment, 54%. Again, I feel like that was going to be a lot higher. 54% owned. Is he going 120 this season? Probably not. Is he going 115? Yes. He's between that 115 and 120. He might push that 120 if he, goes absolute ballistic. They have a better midfield. He gets tackles. He does get the ball around the ground. He can impact the scoreboard. It's probably where he needs to improve a little bit more. But this guy's an absolute lock for me. So he's just in. Max Gawn injured at the moment. So I'm staying clear for now. But when coming goes, this person who I've got in R2 could definitely just, coming out, Gawn comes in. So Marshall, rumors he's going to be played forward a lot more, so I'm staying away now. Nank, no. English absolutely burned me to a crisp, so I'm staying away. Wits, no. Grundy, no. Cameron, I don't think there's enough value there. Meek is a smoky one. Tom DeConning is pinning going to play. That's a big one. And Big Shrek, 529K. He's lost 15 kgs. He's looking fit as, what I was going to say. And I'm taking the risk. I feel like with the side I have, there aren't too many risks in there. So I want to take a risk here because I have the ruck cover. You'll see very soon. This guy has smashed out of 190. I think he even might have got 200, or it was like just under like a 197 or something. He can go huge. Jackson does not impact his scoring. It's the other way around. Does impacts Jackson's scoring. Darcy can easily go 110, 115. So plenty of value there, bit cheaper. The only risk is his body, but he's lost 15 kgs. So hopefully that helps there. He's looking fit at the moment. Still on a slight modified program, hasn't hit full training yet, but they're just building him up so he can explode. So I've got Shrek in right now. And on the bench, this man got signed today, Harry Boyd, 99k ruck from St Kilda. Rumours are Marshall playing a bit more forward. This is the guy, mature ager, could be the number one ruck, or could, 50-50 split the rucks with Marshall at 99k. He's already in 12% of sides, and he was only signed like 4 hours ago. Because all those diehard fans know Harry Boyd. He averaged 159 Supercoach points in the Sandful last season, and was a joint winner of their best and fairest, I believe, for the league. Like their Brownlow. So he's just in 99k. He's just in. If he doesn't play, guess what? You've got a loophole. If he does play, you've got a bloke who's going to make cash. It's a win-win. Harry Boyd, lock him in. It's simple. Let's move to the forward line. Let's just get it up. All right, no surprise, 54% of sides. Jason Horne-Francis is in, or Francis. 99 is a 100-plus guy this year. Maxed at maybe 104, 105, I think, because I don't think he's going to get too much more mid-time, but it's time for him to take that next step. He showed last season that he's very viable up forward. His body's stronger. He's been in the system 3 or 4 years. So he's been in there for a while. His body's adapting. He's starting to get that tank. He just needs to fix that mindset a little bit more defensive running. Those tackles need a little bit more there. Need to stay cool. No stupid free kicks, no stupid suspensions. Just play football. This guy will be the number one forward, bar any crazy DPPs. He's going to be number one. So he's in. And then this is when we start to have some fun with it. Because mid-price madness. Jack McRae is in 62% of sides. I think he's an absolute lock. He's going to play basically pure midfield. Do I think he's going to go 115, 120? No, I think he'll go 105 to 110. Again, maybe not even 110. Might be 100 to 105. He's definitely going to be up there with Horne-Francis. So at 392k. He picks himself. Jack McRae in. It's as simple as that. Next is Bailey Smith, 68% of sides. Going to play mid-time. That inside-outside role, coming back from the ACL, has moved over to Geelong. Geelong, it just seems to be that place where people with injuries just come and they're fit and they play well. He's underpriced. He's going at 95 plus. He's locked in if he's fit. Basically, if he's fit, he's locked in. It's as simple as that. And the last 9K came over from the Bulldogs. He's got the Zach Fisher role from last year, or the McKercher and Sheasel role from the last couple of years, or the Zeeble role even before that, and Aaron Hall even before that. Is there anyone else? I think it was Zeeble again before Hall, because Zeeble went back, did well, went forward, did crap, and then went back again. So anyway, this guy, he was the best kick of the Bulldogs. They got rid of him because of Bevo. He's gone to North Melbourne. It's everything is going through Caleb Daniel. When someone kicks the ball, marks the ball, they look around. They go, hang on, we're looking too high. We're going to look a little bit lower. There's Daniel. He's 3 foot tall. Let's kick to him. Simple. He's going to take kick outs. He can average 100 easy. So Caleb Daniel is in. Now, you will see I have faded the poo, but we'll talk about that very soon. Elijah Hewitt coming back from a big ACL. They rate this kid 59% owned. How much was Daniel? Just quickly, 69% owned. Lovely. Great number. Elijah Hewitt, he's going to get games. They rate him. He can play midfield. He can play up forward. He's just going to be that guy that's going to get you your 70, 75s at 122K. It's a guy who's locked into the 22 if he's fit. He just picks himself. Easy, simple. Next, I have Dan Curtin, 158K. Again, injuries, big problem here. But he's looking fit. He's looking strong. He's been playing through the midfield. We know he can go down back and be like that third, fourth tall, that medium-sized defender. He's looking strong. He's looking fast, looking to make an impact. I've got him in right now. He's at 22%. He could easily change, but 158K, if we find someone cheaper, he goes straight in. It's simple. So Curtin's in for now. And people probably be like, where's Kako? Here's Isaac Kako. Absolute lock. This guy is quick. His forward 50 pressure is insane. There's videos of him going around chasing blokes down, big tackles. He does that sort of stuff. He gets on, one or two. You've got a 75 plus score here. 44% owned. I think Kako needs to be in your side if he's fit, because I think he's more sure to play than Al Hawley, in my opinion. So Kako is in. And then this bloke, I had side, and then he was out, and now he's back in, Sam Davidson, just because Jamara Ugle-Hagan is training with the group. He's training away. He's got some personal stuff, which is completely fine. Mental health, everything. It's so important. But with him potentially not lining up round one, Sam Davidson led the goal kicking for Richmond VFL last season. So he's come over from there. He's kicking goals already in match sims. It's there for him. Sam Davidson, 113K. Lock him in if he's there round one. He kicks goals. He knows what he's doing. Mature ager. Put him in. Simple. So that is what usually would be it. But we have a flex. And as you can see, I have 280K. So let's filter through players I can afford. Henry, Caddy, absolute stinkers. Koziski's playing in defense, but you just don't go near him. I can get Coleman here, so I can have both Schoenmaker and Coleman if I want. Chincotta, does he get more minutes with the Nick Newman injury? But he's also injured at the moment as well himself. So I did have Matt Flynn. I just want to look at everyone else. And we go again. Is this? Yeah, no, Ken. We know he's going into the side. Who else do we have? Silvani, training in defense. Doty is probably going to play VFL at the start. Wayne Miller is playing well in match sim, but we've seen that before, and then he gets injured. Jacob Blight is going to take Noah Bolter's role, but again, the points just aren't there. Who else do we have? Rory Atkins, does he play? Josh Sin, is he taking Houston's role? We're not sure yet. And then basically after that, it's just the rookies that we don't have yet. So, O'Driscoll, Sardis, Tom Lynch is another big one. How many sides? 33% of sides. Langford, Palpepper, do not touch. Smiley, who else? So we've got Pryor. No, I'm not going to go there. Lindsay is another one that I've quickly spoken about. Jack Martin, does he have that Geelong impact with, getting the body right? Joe Berry is looking good, and he's definitely someone who I could put on the bench if needed. Clay Hall's a bit unlucky with injury. Does he get a good run at it? Caleb Smith, I've spoken about. Brandon Ryan is someone who was using the Gunston trade, 27 years old. Danaher's gone. If he's playing centre half forward and pushing up the ground, he could actually score quite well. So he's definitely someone to look at. He will be on my watch list. And apart from that, there's not, you got Neil Erasmus. Is he best 22? It's a contract year. It's not looking good. I think O'Driscoll's just ahead of him. There is one more man I want to speak about, Connor Stone. I was reading today he's training in defence and he's looking pretty good. So been in the system for 1 to 2 years now. Ready to take that next step. He's been training behind the ball and he's looking quite good. So does he fit back there? We're not sure. Keep a big eye on him. Um, uh, Jasper Scaife, another one that I'm hearing good things about down at Hawthorn. And that's the same. Oh, he's a bit cheaper. Um, George, can he finally play? Constantine coming from Sydney looking to play. None of these Richmond guys. Buzzling, we've already spoken about. Jalen Carr took a great mark in match sim. If you missed that one, great grab. Cody Anderson's looking good for the Hawks. Aiden Johnson's looking good for the D's. Taking some strong marks on the lead. Urquhart and Whitlock are looking great. If they play, they're probably sub-risk though. Moraes is playing on a wing. Alga is doing well up forward and looking to potentially start in round one. We've got Vice there, Davidson already. Shanahan, a few people in the West are talking about. I don't really see it though. And then you're into the 99K guys. So really for me, I'm going Flynn. That is my side at the moment. So if I back just a little bit, this is. I don't think I can do my trick this year, so we're gonna have to go this way. So let's go through the team quickly, and then I'll go through Philippou in a second. So Harry Sheasel, Jack Sinclair, Jordan Clark, Ari Showmaker could easily be Kitty Coleman, Bo Allen, Sada Al Hawley, Zach Reed, and Luke Trainer in defence. Bond, Butters, Clary, Chera, Peatling, coming. It's most likely going to be a rookie. Jagger Smith, Sid Draper, Ashcroft of the Levi, Travalia, and Nevitt, with Cherry, Shrek Darcy, the GOAT, Harry Boyd in the rucks. And then up forward, we've got Horn Francis, McRae, Smith, Daniel, Curtin, Hewitt, Kako, Davidson, and in the flex, Matty Flynn. So it looks like I've got four playing rucks round one, which is exciting. So let's have a look at the poo just quickly. 313K. Does it say how many sides he's in? Not at the moment. Yeah, not at the moment. Basically, look at this forward line. He's been in there the whole preseason. He's been in, but I took him out recently. So let me get my notes up quickly because I did a deep dive into him. Here he is. So Philippou averaged, what was it, 58.2 last season, and that was his best average by far. He had 2 games where he went over 60% CBAs, and he went 112 and 101, which are great scores. He went at 63% disposal efficiency, 238 meters gained, and 3.7 tackles. It's his third year in the system. This was the big one. So he's priced at 58.2. If you want him to make 150K, he's got to average 93. Now, at that price, he just becomes a keeper. But how much mid-time is he going to get? And it seems like the game's over 60% is going to score a ton. Is he going to get 60% with McRae coming in? I don't think so. So I feel like that automatically drops him down to an 85-90 average. And if I'm paying, what is it, 313, I believe. 313. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not, because my head's in the way. But it's 313. Am I going to pay that much for a guy going 85-90? Am I going to use him as a stepping stone? Probably not, just because the forward line sucks. You've got Horn Francis there. Who knows what Rankin's going to do? He's going to get injured. He's going to get suspended. Dylan Moore you have there, and then everyone else, it's just hope. You got McRae, Smith, Daniel there. They should be keepers, you would think, all going around that 95 plus. So the way I'm looking at it is I've got 4 primos there. I've got room for a Dylan Moore or an Isaac Rankin. Now, that's just why I'm off Philippou. I feel like, yes, there is value there, but you want to get him as a keeper at this stage just because the lack of primos. So if you think in the midfield, I've got Pete Lean there, right? I'm choosing Pete Lean to go to 95. He goes up to, 500 and something K. And then I can just swap him to a primo. Maybe Tom Green's started slow, but he's starting to pick up and he's around 550, 500 to 550K. It's an easy swap. I don't have to waste, a lot of money to do that. Where with Philippou in the forward line, maybe he's not quite cutting. He's going to add an 85. So he's around 450 to 480. He's not quite cutting it. Well, actually, probably more around 450 if we're being honest. And then what? I upgrade him to Dylan Moore. Great. Upgrade him to Rankin. Great. They're not names that just jump out at you. Rankin maybe depends how much mid-time and if he can stay fit. We saw last season how well he did in that midfield, but they've got Pete Lean, they've got Draper, they've got coming in, and they're promising him more mid-time. Apparently, him and Pete Lean will rotate mid-forward. Honestly, I think Pete Lean is better to rotate in defense. So, yeah, look, he could prove me wrong and he could average 95. And if he averages 95, he's a keeper. So definitely someone to look at. And definitely who I'm still going to look at, see what his role is. And if it's something I like, then he's going to be in the team. It's quite easy. So that is the team for me. Let's say I want one of the Melbourne boys. So let's say Xavier Lindsay, right? So Ashcroft would come on. So basically, what I can do is this. I can go a Dan Curtin. No, that's a bad example. That's a bad example. Curtin in. Here, I can go Matt Flynn, and then I have 410. Wait, I'm trying to think. What have I done wrong? I've done something wrong. Might have been here. Maybe not going Lindsay. Maybe going someone cheaper. Let's do via ownership. Erasmus, no. Smiley, no. Langford. I legit did this before. Let's sort by highest price. Right, so we're in here. There was someone around here. So we got Lindsay there. I completely forgot what I did, but it did work. Could go a Moraes. Let's say I put a Moraes in 55. Let's go here. Players I can afford. Denchfield, Berry, Bose, Saligo, Chera, Callahan, Ashcroft. Don't want anyone else there. Who else? Luke Parker. And the last one would have been Philippou. So I can go one of those guys if I want. So I can double up on the Ashcrofts if I really want, right? Which would be great. But actually, what I could do here is if I get Lindsay here, I think this is what in 233k. This is where I went wrong. So I can go Curtin to Philippou if I wanted. Now another thing, if I want to get Max Gorn, 668 there. If I get Moraes here, what am I left with? Oh, we're in town. I can do this. Boom. I can have Cherry and Gorn with Boyd there. And I've got Lindsay there. I've got Philippou there. And Moraes just goes in there. Simple. I like that. I like that as an option. It'll all depend on Philippou. I don't really need Flynn now because I've got Harry Boyd, which is a big thing. So Harry Boyd could potentially, just cover and get a rookie in here playing. Could definitely happen. Or even if I wanted to, Hewitt can go into the flex. Hewitt into the flex, you numbnuts. Hewitt into there. And then I can get Ryan. Who can I get in the mids? I just missed out on Lindsay by about 4k. Scott, Reid, Hall, Erasmus, Cody Anderson. Stone was just a forward, wasn't he? No, that's just something to work with if that's how I wanted to go. But for now, we all know here. In here, we got Cumming. We got Curtin in there. And Flinny Boy in there. So Ashcroft off. And here, who did we have? I was like, hang on, that's not right. Save my team. We're in. So that is I like it. I like it a lot. I'm happy with most of the rookies. A few could obviously change. Showmaker could also become Coleman. So, yep, pretty happy there with the team. And with that, that's going to do it for this episode. It was a little bit longer, a lot of blah, 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 but Supercoach just open. It's exciting. I had to give you an update. So I will do another update around mid towards later February, and then one just before round one with the team that I'm going to go with. So we still have team previews coming up in the next couple of days, and then we're getting into the player profiles. We've got the rookie dump, which is a whole bunch of rookies that I'm going to talk about. Just nice quick fire, and I've got the same for mid prices. So there's a lot of content, daily content up to round one. Let me get this up just quickly. So don't forget, you can join the Breakevens AFL SUPERCOACH group. The code is 266136. Again, 266136 to join the Breakevens Open League. Subscribe to the channel for more AFL SuperCoach content. Don't forget to find me and hit me up on X at Breakevens Pod and on Facebook, The Breakevens. Like, follow, subscribe on all social media platforms. We'll see you back tomorrow for more content. Thank you again for watching and listening. And until then, it's bye for now.